like people were wearing this stuff.
No, we don't ever talk anymore.
We don't ever talk anymore. So.
Like you love me again, like you loved me before.
I'm sorry,
It's
David.
the fourth album.
Will you take me back?
I wanted dreadlocks so bad. We find this, it's like a shotgun style, barbershop.
Full bars on the window.
We knocked on the door. You heard all the latches coming off. The door
it's
opened up.
We're not making it like we
No,
are not
this is real.
exaggerating. I
Yeah.
promise you, there were at least 6 locks.
Oh my gosh. And me and Rhett
6.
walked on in. The lady opened it up for us.
Yeah.
And she said, "What y'all want?" and I tried to use more of my tough voice. So I'm like, "I want some dreads." And I'm yelling across the store to her.
Yeah, so coming to America, the best barbershop scene where they're all laughing and have a good time and making fun of people and stuff. Just imagine beauty shop, just it's women now.
Laughter like you cannot believe. And me and Rhett are just standing there in our overalls and our Dikembe Mutombo shoes.
What is going on, everyone? It is so good to have you back for another conversation with Rhett and Justin right here at Armchair Authentic. Listen, we're your friends, and we're here just stewarding our stories in a way that serve you, trying to have real conversations with real people about real life. And today is no different. We can't wait to get into it, so we're just going to start right now. You guys ready? Here we go. You know you've got a really good relationship when your friend comes over and they help themselves to the goodies in the closet. And not let me phrase that. The pantry. Oh man, I should definitely clarify that one. We talk about, we don't have to qualify things, but the pantry, like you're helping yourself to the blueberry. But I have told you, and
You did.
and I mean this on purpose. I'm kidding, but I'm also being very truthful in that I love it. It means a lot. I'm grateful.
Good.
No, I'm grateful that you
it's
can come and make
delicious.
yourself at home. You know, I mean, like I'm trying to eat better. There's healthy snacks, and so we've got the Nature's Bakery fig bars. We got the bananas, and I'm always like,
love
dude,
them.
help yourself, man. Go for it.
Yeah, thank you. I tried to shout it at you still.
Yeah.
I had to still say, "Can I grab a fig bar?" But you
Oh,
didn't
did you?
answer, and I grabbed it anyway. These are so good.
No, I told you, man. Help yourself, bro.
I just needed a little pick me
Yeah.
up to get us going on our podcast today.
But there's something to be said about the comfort level and the equity that's been built when you can walk into somebody's house and just feel at home and feel like, hey,
It's true.
Now please don't do it unannounced, like not you, but like those who are listening, like don't just walk up into somebody's house and help
Like
yourself
Kramer.
to their pantry if you don't know them or
Seinfeld.
have the
Kramer bust in.
relational equity built with them. But one thing we were talking about, Justin, is this whole idea of kombucha.
Kombucha.
Oh, see, I don't even know how to say it. Kombucha.
Kombucha.
How do you spell that?
Kombucho, I hope.
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Okay. So to me,
Kombucha.
I'm not throwing all the kombucha lovers under the table, but when I created a science experiment, let me try that again. When I created a science experiment in high school, I never thought to myself, I want to take that home and drink it. Because to me, the first time I ever heard of this, Jeff Roberts, you're getting another mention of Yellowhammer Coffee, good friend of mine in Mobile. We're at his house talking about being friends and, hey, help yourself, open up the fridge. And I'm like, what in the world am I looking at? It's like Medusa in a big, huge jug,
Dangling.
just dangling everywhere and moving. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh man, it's the best. And you start talking about all the health benefits and all this stuff. I'm like,
Got a lot of them.
all right, bro. Like, he's like, you ought to try it. I'm like,
Living organisms.
I am not drinking that.
It's called the mother, by the way.
Is that what it
that's
is?
called.
Okay,
The mother.
The mother. Yes. So,
gooey looking
so I
name.
mentioned that to you earlier, and you said, "Oh man, there's nothing like just drinking it and just like experiencing the
It's so
the
good.
slime." You said
No,
the
I didn't.
slime.
I didn't.
And I'm
I didn't
like,
say there's nothing
come
like
on, man.
it.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm
Correct me.
I'm
That's
not
what I heard.
crazy
That's
about
what I-
that.
that's what I heard.
No. I don't look. That's terrible.
I drank a tentacle here from the science.
Yeah, no,
experience.
it's like
Okay.
you'll be drinking kombucha and it does have the stuff inside of
Yeah.
it. And eventually it's like you feel it go down and you're thinking, oh, you try to ignore it. It's
Yeah,
tough,
you
man.
think?
Yeah, but you know,
Did you start
I feel like they're
imagining different
changing
things?
the way they bottle it now because I have not. It's almost like
No,
more
he-
broken apart than it used to be.
I think he made this
Oh
himself.
yeah, there's a lot of people into.
He made
making,
it himself.
They brew their own kombucha.
Yeah. That was his thing.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like he
No, it's a
bought
big
this
deal.
from a store. I don't
Yeah,
think.
I believe that Jeff would do that.
Jeff would definitely do that.
Yeah.
And
It's a deal. I mean, people. My favorite kombucha is a brand called GT's Kombucha.
is it like in a bottle?
Yes, glass bottle.
So it's kind of already lived through the science experiment, and it's kind of been like filtered through a filter.
Yeah, I mean,
in a way, you're
they
not getting the
bottle it.
slimy, stringy, like
It still
Medusa
can have
like.
that. It still can have that.
Okay.
I've learned how to you don't shake kombucha, but you kind of turn it up, and
Like what? As you try to flip it
know.
upside
Can y'all
down with
not
your
see me?
hands. I'm like, they can't see what you're doing
well,
with
it's
your
like
hands.
almost like you're turning it upside down.
Okay, so you turn
And
it
then
upside
right
down.
back, yeah,
Okay.
back, and then what that does, it just stirs the stuff up inside.
So you shake it once.
You don't shake it.
Well, it's not a shake, but if you slow a shake in slow motion,
Yes.
that's what you're doing.
Yes,
Upside down,
If you shake
slowly,
things like that.
and then slowly. Well,
I've never shaken something when I turn my hand.
You've never done that? Oh, I have. You know, it's called an hourglass,
Yeah.
or not an
Okay.
hourglass. What do you call the
do not know.
sands of time that move? through
Yeah,
the
hourglass.
Yeah, is that what it is? Where the
is an
little
hourglass.
sands,
Yeah, hourglass.
sands, where the little.
That little hourglass.
Oh man, I need some Nature's Bakery fig bar to get my
get you
mouth
some.
working this morning.
While you're gone,
yeah.
this episode we're with me right now.
Okay, so that's what an hourglass, right? Okay, okay, all right.
Is that how you? I don't
know.
things
Is
like
that what they call it? Like when you're playing a game, it's the timer. It's the timer, but it's sand. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
an hourglass.
Is that what it's called? All right.
Yeah, because usually they were set to take an hour.
There you go. I mean, well, the things you learned at Armchair Authentic.
Yeah.
So anyway, why did I get?
You were talking about shaking.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
so
how
like
you
an hour,
shake
yeah,
things.
you shake things.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
okay.
I
There you
don't.
go. Well, like, but okay, there you go. I wish people
Yeah.
could see what you're doing with your hands right
I'm trying
now.
to like.
Oh my
I'm trying
God,
to give
I'm
the
trying my
example of
best to
how
not
you
lose it.
How you like? There's a way.
Have you seen those? No, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Okay, so moving right along, the way that you would turn an hourglass is the way that you would do this. You would turn it and then turn
I
it back
guess.
over. Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Gently,
Okay, so
Yes.
all that to say,
because you don't want to
kombucha.
disrupt it too much.
So you do not shake it, but you turn it
Yeah,
in a weird way.
and it kind of breaks it up.
Okay. It breaks it. See, like this is the point. Like I'm like, why? Okay, keep talking though.
It's good. It's
Tell
just
me.
good for you. It's got a billion of these. Like,
Is this?
I mean,
So if I were to Google this right now, it would say 1 billion.
you could look and
Okay,
see. I mean,
okay,
it says
all right.
something like that.
Yeah, we just
If you
being
look on-
evangelistic.
Oh,
here.
no.
Okay,
It's like
all right.
it's. I think. I mean, hey, we'll look later, but I think it says billion. I have a lot of kombucha at the house.
Okay. All right.
Like it's like it packs my refrigerator. I have one probably every other night.
Okay. And so, what are there health benefits
And
to
it's a
like
certain
your
kind.
like
Yeah.
cleansing your colon? Type
supposed to be
stuff?
good for your
or,
gut.
or your gut health.
Yeah, gut health.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. Probiotics.
That
A lot
makes
of
sense.
probiotics. Like that's where
Okay.
it says it's like billions of living organisms, like the probiotics that are being created when they're putting it through this.
See, maybe if,
It's a fermenting process.
I think
almost
okay.
like alcohol would be.
Yeah.
I mean, but it goes through a fermenting process.
So for me, I think
But it's not alcohol.
so no, it's not alcohol. But like for me, having looked behind the curtain of what this thing looks like at its most intricate level of whatever it produces, this
You
living
see- no,
weird
you- but you
Medusa
see
looking
that-
thing that's slimy. It
It's
looks
not
like
necessarily behind the curtain. That's what's in the. You can see it.
I mean, yeah, but like if I would have walked through the grocery store never knowing that or seeing that, and I just see this thing here, it says kombucha and it's just in a bottle, I'm not thinking that this in the bottle came from that.
Right.
And so
I know what you're talking
I think
about.
I
Looks
would
like a science
Yeah.
experiment.
So I
Yeah.
think I would have drank it and be like, oh, this is pretty good, probably, you know.
Maybe.
But then
maybe not.
So it's like eating
I gave my dad one during
it's like
COVID.
chicken salad, man.
And he
like,
guzzled it.
Oh, really?
He
didn't like it?
I don't know if he had COVID or what, but
Okay.
we said, here, drink one of these. And he guzzled it like a Gatorade. And all I know is I looked out my window, and this is at that time my 80-year-old dad. He's 85 now. The 80-year-old, he's leaned over his car. I've never seen him look so sick.
Was he upchucking?
No, he was ready
throwing
to.
up?
And
Okay.
he hasn't touched a kombucha since.
bet he
He's
had-
like, "What did y'all give me?"
That's like his dunk. That's your
I
Dunkin'
think
Donut.
he's probably guzzling, and he filled that whatever the slime was,
Oh, gross.
and it probably set him in a bad place.
So-
like he was in a bad place.
So do you have to like mentally prepare yourself to go, okay, I'm going to drink this because I know it's good for me,
yeah.
despite how gross this feels? Is that what you do? Like, how do you mentally prepare for this and even build up to the point to go,
Well,
I want to
me,
drink one of these every night?
I was more excited because we've talked about my carbonation streak. No carbonation and coming up on 24 years.
Okay.
But the way this goes to the brand, now the brands you can get that are carbonation, like carbonated
Really?
water.
Oh, okay.
Like that's kind of the standard. But you can get certain brands that are like naturally fermented and it goes to like a natural carbonation.
Okay.
And so it gives enough of that burn.
Okay.
And so when Summer first let me try it, because I haven't had this in almost, at that time, it was probably 18 years. I've been probably drinking this 6 years.
Okay.
But when I first tried it, it's like it affected my body. Like I could, almost in a good way, like very euphoric, just like, whoa.
Gotcha.
Probably because I'm tasting that burn.
You're no longer drinking water. You're drinking something that's like got that
It's got some bite
carbonation
to
type
it,
feel.
Which that's what I miss the most about carbonation. So I wasn't as concerned about all the dangly things that's in the glass bottle.
Okay.
Because my first experience was good. So now when she's like, "Here, have some more," when I saw that and you kind of like, it is weird.
Would you have not done that had it not been your wife, because you love your wife so much that you're willing to trust her? If that would have been a friend going, try this.
Oh, I
you'd have
probably
been like,
wouldn't try it.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first experience was good.
Okay.
With kombucha.
Okay.
And so, but yeah.
Well, when we
now
talked
I love
about it. So if you have no idea what we're talking about,
it's a good drink.
Be blessed. Be blessed.
It's a good drink, I think. But
well,
you either love it or hate it. It doesn't taste like awesome. It's an acquired taste.
Mm-hmm.
We said that last episode. We were talking about acquired taste.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's like OCs versus HOKAs.
Or ONs, own clouds.
I call them OCs.
Yeah, but they're own. That's an ON. It looks like an OC.
They're my OCs.
You can call them whatever you want.
See, yeah, I can call them what I want to. Like, because if it's an on cloud, OC.
Oh, I got you. So that's what you're saying. OCs.
That's why I'm. Yeah.
It's not because you think that's a. Well, now you got me wondering: is that an upside down C, or is it trying to spell own?
Right. See,
wow.
So that is the debate, and I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to be wrong. But not that I have a problem with being wrong, because I will humble myself before the Lord and my friends on this podcast and be like, okay, I'm still calling them OCs. That drives my wife nuts. Like she should, but they're on clouds. It's an ON. I'm like, no, we've never had this conversation. I'm giving you an example, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to call it that.
Yeah.
So like. So for me, on clouds versus HOKAs, like the debate is like, oh, I'm a HOKA man, or I'm an on cloud man, or whatever.
And I don't have my HOKAs on today.
No, you're wearing your Air Jordans or your Nikes, or what are those Air Force Ones? What are we looking at here today?
I don't.
They're sweet, man. You got.
Thank you. I've had them.
I've
had these for like 3 years, and I just keep them clean.
So I love this, Justin. You're keeping it real, man. You got the style going on. They're black and gray and white, which match your black jeans
swish.
and your black sweatshirt. But they're not tied.
Like no, I cut those off. I cut them off.
Did you cut them off?
Oh yeah.
So your strings are just hanging.
Well, I cut them.
You did cut them short, but how did you keep them short like that?
Oh, well, because
you still had the end.
I took it came with a gray pair of laces. I went and bought a small pair of black laces.
Strings. I said strings, laces.
I bought a small pair of black laces so it would fit perfectly on this shoe.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And so
I was wondering.
Have to tie it and I can just pop them on.
So you created your little you created your slip on.
Yeah,
with your high top.
Yeah, it creates a little bit of that width that they're known for. Do
they not feel like they're coming off your foot though when you're walking?
No, because usually in these I'm in my chill walk. I'm not going power walking. You know what I mean?
I love it. Only Justin Bradshaw could compartmentalize different walks.
Because today
I'm in my chill walk today. I'm in my chill walk mode. So,
but if we want to get in the future for a minute, and when we're listening to this, when it's actually airing, I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can predict the future, which you guys are in right now.
Okay.
Even though we are in the past.
Spring break.
You
Yeah.
just got back from spring break.
Just got back or just going?
Oh, I just got back
Oh, okay.
because today's date is.
Are we going back to the
31st
future?
of March?
But before we go back to the future, we're going in.
Today
back
should be
to the future.
Today should be
What a
March
weird name.
31st that we released
Yeah.
this episode, which means if I'm right, I've got a pair of on clouds on.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Because every spring break we go to the beach and I buy a pair of on clouds.
That's your tradition.
That's a tradition. And I went with HOKAs
So do you
last
buy
time
them at the beach or do you buy them before you go to the beach?
at the beach
Okay.
on one of the last
Is there an
days.
on-cloud store there?
There is a store that
Well, when you're
sells
there,
on-clouds.
ask them, is it ON or OC? You know, inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
So when you
now
said
you've thrown me off.
Back to the Future, shouldn't the movie really have been called Back to the Past? Hey friends, Rhett here. Want to take a moment and interrupt our conversation to simply say thank you to every single one of you who are our first time guests today. Man, it means so much that you would take some time out of your day, download the episode and listen and join in on some of the laughter. It really does mean so much to us. In fact, if you haven't already done so, could we encourage you to find us on Facebook or even on Instagram? You can find us there at Armchair Authentic. That's at Armchair Authentic. We're also over on X. You can find us there at Armchair Auth Pod. That's Armchair Auth, AUTHPOD. All right, guys. Now back to the conversation. So when you said Back to the Future, shouldn't the movie really have been called Back to the Past?
Or is it when they're in the past and they go back to the future? It's a play on words, right?
Well, yeah, but literally the whole movie takes place in the past.
But they eventually have to get back to the future.
They do come back to the future.
Right.
So
it could work.
Back to the past future. I don't know. I know that doesn't make for a great title. Anyway, it's the first time that's ever hit me. I'm like, really? It should have been called Back to the Past, Part 2, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, Part 2.
Yeah,
Back to the Future, Part 3.
Yeah.
Which Part 2 is pretty awesome.
And then the Marvel movies really screwed me up with that whole idea of like, well, if you really go back to the past, it's really not the past, it's your current future. And then really is that your present. And like,
that's Ant-Man bringing all that genius.
Yeah, I was like, oh my
smart guy.
God.
The quantum realm exists.
Yes.
Anyways,
That was good. Okay.
The quantum realm, that was pretty good.
So do you prefer HOKAs over on clouds or on clouds over HOKAs? You've got both.
I like them both. I do.
Your chill walk is your Air. Are these Air Jordans? What are these? These are Nikes.
These are Nikes. Okay. These are not Jordans.
Oh, okay.
It's like Air Max probably.
I didn't know Nike made anything but. I can't fit, honestly.
I
can't.
Air Max.
I have a wide foot and I can't put my foot. I can't. It's not an Armchair Authentic episode until I trip over my words at the very beginning of this thing.
And I don't edit them out anymore.
I know.
It's been going on from the beginning, people. You just didn't know I protected it.
I cannot put my foot. It's not a great. Anymore. You're getting a great perspective on my personality because I'm always like I got so many words and then I'm already thinking 3 steps down. And then I just can't get there and I stumble. All right. Anyway, cue DC talk. What if I stumble? What if I fall? I literally cannot fit my foot in a Nike. I mean, I can put it in there with the bigger shoes, but they're so tight because I've got a wide foot.
Yeah. Me too.
And literally, I'm like, hey, do y'all make a wide in this? And they kind of put their nose up. Yeah, we don't make wides. I'm like, no, I know you do. And stop being snobby because you see all of those professional NBA players out there.
Yeah, they got some wide feet.
They have massive 15, 16 size shoes. Where's that for the general public?
Right.
I wear a size 11 and a half. Just give me the size that would fit their foot in 11 and a half.
Yeah.
And they almost kind of get a little snot. Yeah, we don't make wides. Yeah, we don't make wides. I'm like... And so I stopped asking, and I don't buy Nike for that very reason.
Man, when I started running, I'm
very disappointed.
I would wear 10 and a half. I remember I wore 11 and a half. If it was a good shoe, I'd wear it.
Yeah.
And it's felt very normal to me.
Okay.
When I started running, and my buddies would tell me, you need to go to like a running store and they will fit a shoe perfect for you. Mm-hmm. I went and did that. And keep in mind, I'm used to 11 and a half, 11, 10 and a half, maybe 10. They fit my feet with some shoes, and it was 9.
No way.
9.
You were wearing 11 and a half shoes when your foot was a 9? How much space did you have between your toes and the top?
Evidently a lot more than I thought.
Oh, my gosh.
And they fit me in that shoe.
Were you wearing like a Ronald McDonald clown shoe
tight.
Or something?
I'm like, these shoes are a little tight, aren't they? They're like, this is how you want them. I'm like, wow.
Okay.
And I started running in them. It was perfect.
So your toes weren't cramped?
No.
You didn't feel like your
No, and I think what happened when me and you were young, you remember when we bought those Dikembe Mutombo shoes, and they were the rainbow colored soles.
So
they
it was
had
a
2 straps,
professional
with a peace
basketball
sign,
player, yeah,
and a
he had
basketball
shoes.
sign.
Yeah.
He played for the Denver Nuggets, if I remember that correctly. At least one of the teams.
The world's most colorful shoe at that point that had ever been created, I think.
Oh, it was so cool. And me and you bought the same pair.
Yeah.
But then you didn't wear yours a lot.
I did. They weren't very comfortable for
Right.
me.
But do you remember what I did? Once I wore mine out, you gave me yours.
Did I? Oh, well, that makes sense.
And so I was wearing those 11 and a halves around.
All right. So the one detail you're leaving out in this time frame of life is that we were also wearing the bibs.
Oh, yeah. We loved our bibs.
People are like,
man.
wait a minute, hold on. What, you're wearing a baby bib around your neck? No, they're kind of like overalls, but then they're kind of like cut short at the calf.
Yeah.
Right? And then,
Yeah.
and then you had
black overalls. They
they
went
were
down
black,
just past
just
the
past
knees.
your knee to the calf, and then the overalls have the suspender thing, if you will, but they're jean, denim, and they have the hooks that go into the button
And you
on
undo,
the top on the chest.
You undo one of the
you
hooks.
undo one of the hooks, right?
And you wear kind of a, but we didn't go shirtless under. You have like we'd have a nice button down or something under.
Probably the button your fly was a big deal then.
Yeah,
you remember those shirts that were popular?
You
the
probably
Nike
wear
shirts?
that T-shirt. I never had that, but you did.
Now, it wasn't like us wearing a what do the Scottish call them? Kilts.
Yeah, it was
Like I
nothing
wore
like
shorts
that.
underneath these
Bro,
things, man. I was like, the
loved-
last thing I want this thing to do is fall down and me just
I
being.
loved the black overalls. Do you remember when we went on a spree one day and bought these clothes?
We did, and influence.
Boys
Let's
to
let's
Men.
filter it through the lens of we were a singing group, and DC Talk was huge.
Yeah, DC Talk.
This was a bit like people were wearing this stuff. Like,
Oh man,
so
yeah, and a lot of the kind of the flowy clothes that are like white or beige khaki.
Yeah,
You'd
the
wear at the
beach wear.
beach.
Yeah.
where you put your arms
Breathable
out, and they
clothing.
start waving like a flag.
Yeah.
Like we did that a lot too.
Don't wait till the water runs dry.
Oh yeah,
kind of like,
the biggest mistake of our lives. Don't do it, baby. Ooh. No, we don't ever talk anymore.
we don't ever talk anymore. You could not have it. You couldn't have a 90s.
I didn't really mean it.
Yeah. You cue the Rain soundtrack.
No, I didn't. And I'll be back for sure.
I see.
Will you love me again like you loved me before? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, you had the guy that really didn't sing much, but just talked on the songs. It's like this.
Girl,
Yeah.
you know I didn't mean to do it again.
I'm sorry,
It's
baby.
the 4th album.
Will you take me back? Yeah, all that. Yeah. Anyway,
don't leave
all
me.
right. So we had the flowing clothes. I don't think. I mean, we spent a couple of $100 or whatever. On
we
just trying
spent
to
a
look
lot
good.
that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the,
Sadly, there are no pixtures to show of this. I
you
don't
know,
know if it's sadly. I'm so
It might-
grateful social
there's so
media
many
did not
things.
exist
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
were teenagers.
Yeah, it's so true.
Oh,
because
God
we
bless.
also found,
Yeah.
we were influenced on a Panama City trip. This is probably when we were 13, 14. And there's the guy who wore he had like this, it wasn't like a bandana, but it was almost like a sack. He wore like some kind of a baggish kind of beanie that he'd wear on his
Baggish
head.
beanie on the
Yeah, it
head.
was
All
like-
I know is the
remember,
do-rags.
but it wasn't just a do-rag.
Okay.
The way it was said, it was like it went
Kid
over
and
your
play?
head.
I don't know.
But then you tightened it and you could turn it back. So what I'm saying, I guess do-rag will give people a better visual.
Okay.
And so I remember we saw the guy who wore that and we thought that's kind of cool. And we went and found us.
Oh, yeah. Panama City Beach, Alvin's Island.
We had our do-rag and we wore those things. You went a lot longer than I did.
Well, because Mr. Creative, I could care less what people thought of me, man. I was just like, hey, I like weird stuff and I'm down with that. Let's go.
But see, I
when it
didn't want
comes
the
to what we
do-rag.
wear.
I wanted you were the do-rag guy, and I still went with it, especially when we played basketball. We'd always wear our do-rags.
Yeah.
But I do remember I had longer hair.
I had the black jacket with the wool thing before that was cool.
Oh, totally. But I remember it's like I wanted dreadlocks so bad.
I wore the.
Remember that?
Yeah. What was the? Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that. What was the? What do you call those? The hats that are different that they have.
Oh,
a
they were
little
like
snap on the front.
like a beret.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
maybe.
Kind of
maybe
the kangaroo type hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they look like a beret, not a fedora.
I don't
It's
know.
more of
no.
the.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love those.
Yeah, you did. You always wore different kind of hats. That was your deal.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. So yeah, you wanted. Yeah, I think this is a fun story to share because many people don't realize that Justin Bradshaw wanted dreads.
Yeah. People, a lot of our, maybe, I don't want to say a lot because we got people from our old school
18,
world.
17, 18?
This would have been 17. I was 17.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. At this time, but I had always, tried to grow my hair out, but I loved shaving underneath. Like it would be like I would shave our
that
band
was the style,
name.
yeah, the soccer player thing where you would just grow your hair out as long as you could, but then up about 3 or 4 inches above your ear, you would shave all
the whole
of it.
thing. Yeah, and it would just kind of dangle. You could ponytail it. It was just cool cut to us. I remember your dad shaved our band name. We had a band named 24/7, and Rhett's dad shaved 24/7 in the back of my head. I wanted that so bad.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like an artist by any stretch. But it was still cool enough, and it was cheap.
247 on it.
It was free.
Yeah.
It was free, and it still looked good enough.
Yeah.
It got the attention clearly I was looking for. But one day we're in our overall kind of vibe. Yeah. Me and you were decked out in our Dikembe Mutombo shoes, and I asked you to go with me because in the area of town that we're at, so in Birmingham, it's First Avenue, and the area of town,
East Lake.
Yeah, East Lake, and it's going to be like predominantly black neighborhood versus you got, in Birmingham, it's just like that. You got black neighborhood, white neighborhood, you got mixed neighborhoods. Yeah. But the way this was our black culture. Yeah. I mean, that we were going to visit.
Well, they would have been like, what are these guys doing here? This is different. We've never had 2 little white guys walk up.
It was absolutely like
and
that.
We're not trying to be derogatory or anything, but the reality was the only place we could try to find a place to get dreads was from our brother and sisters.
And a little background for us too, because obviously racism is a real thing and it happens with every color and it goes both ways. I get all that. Yeah. But we really had this side of us that we love our white brothers, and sisters, and we love our black brothers and sisters. We were just so wired, like we loved the soul.
I love it.
We loved the culture musically, the passion that would go into it. Me, you and Micah we loved it. Yep. So we felt so one. Yep. At least we thought we did. We felt we were welcome. We'd go to the community.
Like if you were to ask me, man, I would have much rather been a brother than a. I loved it, and this is just me. I was like, I have so much soul in me, and some. I could relate to it. I was like, I love it. Let's go.
I remember my dad taking us to the mall, and he would be like, all right, let's go to Parisians, which is now Belk. Really, he's like, let's go to Parisians and buy some clothes. And I'm like, but Dad, I'm here at Journeys. Yeah. They got all the clothes I love. They're bright and they're expressive. And he'd be like, all right. And so he would get me my stuff there. Once again, that's why we had our Dikembe Mutombo shoes. It was not normal for us to be wearing that, but we thought it was the coolest thing. We were expressive. And so I didn't want a barber in town that I lived in to be trying to put dreadlocks on my hair. Yeah. Number one,
I want it done right.
I don't think they knew how to do it. No. And I wanted to go where it's going to get done right. So we went into the area of town that was going to be, they can kill it in some dreads at this particular place.
They were, I don't want to jump ahead of you on the story.
And we went,
just kidding.
We parked, we were walking down First Avenue.
No big deal. Yeah.
And we find this, it's like a shotgun style, barbershop. What you would see on the movies, like a salon.
Full bars on the window.
Oh yeah, and
curtains closed.
You can't just walk in.
Curtains
closed. We knew. It was open. Curtains closed. You can't see anything.
All the doors are locked.
We knock on that wooden door.
We couldn't open the door.
It's surrounded by iron. And you probably heard how many locks unlocked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, note to self: they're open, doors locked. Exactly. Windows closed, bars on the door. It's like what? And then you knock, and then we see a little peek outside the little curtain, and then you hear, "Oh my God!"
Well, we didn't get our parents' permission to come here. We just went. Rhett drove us.
But you heard the sisters laughing. This is a beauty shop, not a barber shop.
Right. It didn't happen right away.
Oh, I could have swore I heard them behind that door.
We were recommended to go to this place.
Yeah.
We knocked on the door. You heard all the latches coming off. The door opened up.
We're not making it like we are not exaggerating. I promise you, there were at least 6 locks.
Oh my gosh! And me and Rhett walked on in. The lady opened it up for us.
Yeah.
And we walk in, and there's another lady on the end of the shotgun style salon.
Beauty shop. Yeah.
Beauty shop. There we go.
It's the beauty shop.
That's
It's
the
not a
word I've been
barber.
looking for.
It's
It's
beauty.
beauty shop.
Yeah.
And she said, "What do y'all want?" and I tried to use more of my tough voice. So I'm like, "I want some dreads." And she said, "What?" I said, "I want some dreads." And I'm yelling across the store to her as like all these ladies are in their seats having their hair done.
Yeah.
And
They lose
it was
it. They
like
lose
it
it.
was like when you hear a movie
He's
and
like,
the record goes.
Yeah, so Coming to America, the best barbershop scene where they're all laughing and have a good time and making fun of people and stuff. Just imagine beauty shop, just it's women now. And they're
The
just
place
laughing.
gets quiet
and it's
first.
hilarious.
And it's like you can hear in the silence and out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Laughter like you cannot believe. It began to make its way around the beauty shop, and they are laughing. And me and Rhett are just standing there in our overalls and our Dikembe Mutombo shoes.
Yeah.
Rhett's got his
It's the butt cut.
He's got you got the bandana on
do
your
I do?
head.
Of course I do.
And I've got the hair exposed because I'm the
gosh.
one wanting dreads. I got long hair. I'm ready for this.
We are so naive,
I'm
but
so
we really
excited.
mean like we're excited about this.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
Like my dad, I told him I'm going to get dreads, and he's like, "Oh, okay. I don't know why you're doing that." I got to, Dad. It's in me. And so I'm waiting in this salon, and they are laughing at us.
They have to bring it in. Yeah,
They don't ever bring it in.
Oh man,
We finally turn around and just walk out.
Well, no. They didn't just. They said you need to go to this girl over at the mall because she was the only one that could.
They did, didn't they? God, see, you remember better. Than me. They did. They gave us that directive.
Yeah,
and as we were walking
and they laughed
out,
us out the door. They literally did. And we kind of like had our head between our tails,
we were
kind of like walking out. But
gosh.
hey, we felt good though. And then you heard the locks going click, 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 click,
That's
click,
right.
click, click.
We got in our car. We made our way to Century Plaza.
Yeah.
And then we went into that salon.
Yep.
And that lady, and this is like bougie salon.
Yeah, this is much nicer.
And we went in, and I said, "Hey, I'm here to get some dreads."
Oh, yeah.
And
I
she
liked
said-
it. You were trying to figure out how much it was going to cost. You were like, "Hey, I'd like to
idea.
get dreads. How much does this cost?" You know, the
said-
ladies
she
down
was
at the
like,
beauty shop told us
it
your
was
name.
going to take a while.
Yeah.
Like, because that's not a quick process,
Yeah,
evidently.
we had no clue.
that was
what money
going to take a long time. And it was, I don't even want to
80
exaggerate.
it was $80.
It was.
At that time, $80 would be like $200 or $300 now.
You should have just told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I ain't got that money.
Because we could have lived off. We could have lived off $20 in 1 week.
Well, you can go eat Burger King for
We filled
$3.23.
up our car for $5.
It was a whole different time.
Different, yeah.
And she told us that $80, and we're staring at her. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And I'm like, dang.
She's like, honey, that's gonna take a long time.
Basically, that
Like,
was
I
her
can't get other
entire slot
clients.
for all day.
Yeah, I can't even have other clients if I'm working on you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went and reassessed.
It's sad.
And then I had my girlfriend put in braids. It just didn't give me the vibe I was looking for.
Come on, man, braids, and I was like, oh,
Bruh.
dude, yeah, you just take those out your hair right now,
It
bro.
looked
Like,
awful.
Well, there was a
I came up to you. I was like, "Hey, how's this look?" You tried to make me think it looked all right.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
You keep those
But
in
then-
your hair, man.
and
I'm
then
gonna keep
every
wearing
time
my do rag. You
and
can
then
do
the
that.
little
Yeah.
rubber bands would pop off every
Yeah.
now and again. They'd snap.
So-
But the thing about dreads is like they literally got to dirty up your hair
Yeah.
and make it tough, and you don't wash it.
Yep. Yeah.
there was
once
something so
once
cool.
I realized what dreads were really were, I was like, okay, I don't think I want that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With me, I don't know, because we were listening to that reggae stuff too.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like Jamaica, like for
It was
me,
just
I'm an island guy. I love Caribbean. I
Bruh.
love the music. I love the.
I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's all about the bass line.
In this time in our lives, oh yeah, we have our dreads, and you take us much more serious when we have our dreads in our hair. But it's gonna cost you $80 unless you find.
Yeah.
But we were so into that.
Yes, I like. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you wrote like reggae type songs.
I can write it right now. Like, I love it. I love it. It's my happy place.
I do remember you writing that song, by the way, because me, you, and Micah, when we had a song that we were singing, and you kept singing this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on now. But then it would kick in. Me and Micah would sing that, and then you had these verses. You were
I tell you once and I tell you twice about a man with a plan named Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was like
you would jump into that voice. Yeah, I love it.
I don't remember anything else, but I would go into
Come
my...
on, everybody, let's sing the song. You better sing the song, 'cause it's gonna be all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, you would sing in that voice.
Yeah, but you ready for this?
You sold it too,
like,
man.
Everybody loved it.
You
like, that was like one of the favorite songs. Everybody's like,
so
do the come on now song. Let's go. Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on now.
Yeah,
praise the Lord. You'll be a praise his name. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me hear you, Jamaica. I'm in Birmingham.
I never did that. I didn't do that. Come on, man.
You didn't do that. You should. You missed an opportunity. As much as you were singing that way, you might as well talk like it. You were being the version of those pastors who like, glory to God. Hey, my name's Fred. Hey, Fred. And I'm going to go preach real quick. Oh, God's glory. Glory. That was you. You're like, hey, I'm Rhett. I'm Birmingham. Hold on. I'm going to go sing a song. Let me tell you twice. I tell you 3 times. If I don't tell you 3, I tell you 4 more.
Hey friends, if you're enjoying today's conversation, could you do us a huge favor? Would you take a moment to copy the link from your favorite podcast platform and text that to a friend? I mean, email it to a friend. Hey, if you're in the office right now, hey, airdrop that over to your buddy. Come on, let's do this. Armchair Authentic. It's so much fun. All right, guys, no, seriously though, it means so much to us. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Tell you 3 times. If I don't tell you 3, I tell you 4 more.
Oh boy. Oh man, this is the roast Rhett hour. Okay. Yeah, I loved it, and I make no excuses for it. It was the best, and I would do it again. You know,
Rhett, did I tell you what I was dressed in? It's not a roast Rhett hour.
It's artist.
This is
it's artistry.
Reliving. It is artistry.
But yeah,
and I have a deep appreciation for that.
It's no, yeah.
I wanted to be with you on that stage with a big head full of dreads.
I was trying to find myself. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find my voice, my style. Man. It was like, one moment I'm K-Max, the next moment I'm, whoever, and then another moment.
So well though too. That's the scary thing. It was like,
I loved it.
Sounds just like him.
Well, I mean, if you talk to an artist now, when you hear them talk, the way they talk and the way they sing are 2 different things because they've created their own little branding and imagery, if you will. But anyway,
I mean, I remember going through my Creed days. So like I sing normal. It's like, hey. Happy birthday to you. But in my Creed days, I'm like, happy birthday to you.
I think everybody went through that. Yeah.
To you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Happy birthday. I mean, that was just like, can you take... It's like, what if you really talk the way that you sing? It's like, hey, Red, I gotta tell you something.
I know.
Can you take me higher? What? Can you take me higher? What? I don't understand. I'm just trying to say, can you take me higher to the place of blind
When you start talking like, hey man, how you doing? My name's Justin. It's nice to meet you, man. Where we going? So it's a 35-minute episode. We love you so much. Thanks for joining us on this ride, and hopefully you've laughed a little bit, had a good time, and
we'll just call this our Armchair Authentic shortened episode. Hey, we hope you enjoyed a little brief back to the future.
Back to the past. And
back to the past.
Future. Enjoy. Hopefully you came back from spring break.
Oh, I've got a 10. I'm predicting a 10. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace, guys. Love y'all. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining in on our conversation today. It has been our pleasure to serve you. We cannot wait for our next episode that drops next Monday. But until then, we hope you have a great week, stay safe, and we will see you real soon. God bless.